Hey girlies, it's your girl back with another video. So for today's video, we're going to be reviewing and doing a wear test of the new Huda Beauty foundation. It's the Easy Blur foundation, and I'm also going to be using her new primer, the Easy Blur primer. So if you're interested, then just stay tuned. Also, if you're new here, thank you so much for being here. My name's Karina. I do a lot of makeup content. I do a lot of chit chat, get ready with me. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content. And also give this video a huge thumbs up if you like the video, and it really helped me out. I have my morning coffee. This mug I got from Justin's mom. She's so sweet. She has so many mugs. She's always giving me some. I did already wash my face and I went in with some vitamin C serum. I don't know if I want to do sunscreen today because sometimes I think this can alter how it wears. So I'm not going to do it just for the sake of the video. I'm going to go in with the Easy Blur primer. I have already tried both together and separately. I do think that you do not absolutely need the primer to achieve the blurring effect that it claims to have. I do think it does blur, and you will see later as I apply the foundation. I like to apply the primer on the spots right here because that's where my pores are like the largest, unfortunately. And I'll put a little bit on my forehead. So when I bought the products, she was having a sale on her website. So it was the foundation with the primer with the Easy Bake Powder, and then she threw in a free brush, and I think I paid $84 or something for it. So I thought it was a good deal considering the foundation alone. Let's see. So the foundation alone is $37, and they also have a mini for $15. It's available in 29 shades. I'm going to read out the bullet points for you guys. It says, our Easy Blur foundation is a weightless real-life filter foundation that's ultra blurring and smoothing for an easy airbrush finish with medium to buildable coverage for a foolproof, seamless, easy application. It's a serum-like foundation, and it's formulated with 1.5 skin smoothing niacinamide and pore blurring silica for the most natural airbrushed finish. Apparently they said they worked on over 100 renditions to create the most lightweight, ultra blurring foundation. Easy Blur's formula is comfortable on the skin, blendable, and easy to apply. And it says 95% agree they gave their skin a filtered finish. So since I have already been wearing and testing it out, I can definitely agree that the foundation does give your face a blurring effect. I think if you have texture and you have larger pores, it definitely helps like smooth it out. So I did really like that. I also want to say I do have oily skin, so sometimes it's hard to find foundations that just wear for longer periods of time without making me look crazy throughout the day. This one definitely held up a lot better, but like I said, I'm going to show you guys throughout the video and the wear test, so you guys will just see for yourselves. I am going to go in with the brush that I already used, but it's okay. It's really soft brush. I do like this a lot. So we're just going to go in. The coverage on there is crazy. Like, look at that. Covered already. Usually with foundations, if it's not enough coverage, I have to go in with a concealer to spot correct and then go in with foundation. But with this, I can totally skip that step because the coverage is like insane. But it blends so easy. Like, look at that. Sometimes I get scared to blend with a brush because I'm scared it's gonna leave streak marks. But this literally blended on its own. It's so good. Love that for me. Love that for Huda too, honestly. I'm a fan of Huda Beauty. From what I've tried so far, I feel like she nails it every time. You can tell that she actually cares about the products that she releases, and she doesn't just like put out whatever. And I can really appreciate that about a brand, especially a brand that is as big as hers by now. I think it's really easy to just put out product because you know it's gonna sell because of the name, but she did her thing with this. And I also really like that with all the coverage, it still feels really lightweight on the skin. Like, I don't feel like I'm super caked up right now, so I really like that. I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera and then be right back. I also want to go ahead and show you guys the time. It is 8:19, so we have an earlier application wear time. Also, I want you guys to see how it really still has a luminous look to it on its own. So it's not like a flat matte foundation by any means. I think it has a really good amount of glowiness without it being like slippery and slidey. I feel like it gives a really good satin finish. All right, y'all, the rest of my makeup is done. So I just want to show you guys how it looks. So this highlight that you see right here, I did apply some of my Haus Labs pink highlighter in rose quartz. It's very cute. I'm going to be using the heck out of this fall and winter. I used the Huda Beauty powder to set underneath my eyes, and I did use the One Size powder to set all over the rest of my face. And I'm not going to be using any setting spray so you guys can see what the foundation does on its own. So just want to give you guys a rundown on everything that I use so you guys can be aware of what we did to set the face. But I wish you guys could see it in person. Like, my pores are nowhere to be found, and you know, I have acne marks that have, like, I don't want to say they created like little mini craters in my face, but I have some deep ones, right? And this foundation helps smooth some of that over. I'm not gonna say it completely makes it super smooth, but it does smooth it and blur it out a lot more than some of my other foundations do. So it definitely does the blurring, the smoothing that it claims to do. It's doing it. I'm gonna be checking in with you guys a couple times throughout the day, and then at night I want to do at least a 12-hour wear test. I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. All right, y'all, so this is gonna be the first check-in. It is 1:15, which means it's been about 5 hours since I've applied the foundation. I got a little bit of lipstick from eating, but the foundation is holding up really good despite how oily this part right here is getting to be very fair. That's my oily zone. Like, right here is the most oiliest part of my entire face, so everywhere else is holding up really well. The rest of my face is holding up really good. I'm just gonna re-pat it with the Huda Beauty powder, because usually I feel like at this point that's what I have to do to just touch up my makeup throughout the day and make it look good. I'm not gonna reapply any lipstick or anything because we're home now, so I'm not really worried about looking too good. Just for the check-in sake, it's holding out really good. I don't have any creasing in my smile lines whatsoever, which is really good. I remember that used to be one of my things that I used to struggle with a lot. Even after eating and all of that, I ate a sub from Jersey Mike's. I've been laughing a lot today, so we could definitely say that it's really good on not creasing throughout the day despite my oily mess. I don't know how that would be for people with more oily skin. I think it probably would work around the same just because it is still a little bit luminous, but honestly, if it weren't for my oily skin, it's still so far so good for me, because the oils is something that I can control in other ways, and it doesn't say that it's a fully matte foundation, so you kind of have to take what you will with stuff like this. But yeah, I'm gonna check in with you guys a little bit later. So this is 5 hours of wear so far. All the foundation, nothing has been coming off whatsoever, so that's really good. Me and my boyfriend are watching, what is it called? It's a documentary on Netflix, Into the Fire, The Lost Daughter. Y'all need to watch it. It's so good. It's really crazy. It's a lot of twists and turns. So if you haven't watched it, I do recommend watching that one. It's kind of like a documentary docu-series about this lady that put her daughter up for adoption, and then 20 years later, 35 years later, she gets a letter from the adoption agency saying that the daughter is missing, and so she takes it upon herself to find her. But I just finished watching episode 1, and I'm probably gonna watch the rest of it today, so I'll keep y'all posted maybe at the end of this and see how it turned out. Or maybe I won't spoil it for you guys. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hey y'all. Alright, so it's gonna be the last and final check-in. It is 9:55. So by this time, the foundation has been on for well over 12 hours, 13, even 14 hours at this point. So I have a few thoughts. If you're an oily girl, you're gonna have to take a couple extra steps to control the oils, and that can even mean blotting your face throughout the day with powder. That always seems to work for me. You could use a more mattifying primer. The foundation does have a little bit of luminosity to it, so that mixed with somebody having really oily skin, it's gonna not wear as matte throughout the day, of course. So I did take a few naps, and I was getting itchy around here, not because of the foundation, but you know, just because of whatever I was laying on, I don't know. So I was scratching a lot over here, so that's probably why some of the coverage is gone from here. Other than that, I think the coverage has lasted throughout all day. Like, nothing has been falling apart, nothing has been cracking or coming apart or flaking off, or nothing of the sort. especially for how long I've had it on so far. I think if you have oily skin, you just need to prep your face a little bit better and set it a little bit better. Maybe use a mattifying setting spray and primer, but I do like it. I think I just need to prep it a little bit better. I think sometimes it's okay to have to go out of your way to make things work a little bit better for you. I don't know. Sometimes I have mixed feelings about that because I feel like sometimes things should just work on their own. But I do have really oily skin, and this is just something that I've been combating my entire life at this point. I think if you have dry skin, I don't know if this wouldn't cling to dry patches because I don't know how it would operate on dry skin, but with the luminosity that it has, the little bit of glow that it has, I think it could work for dry skin as well. I'm definitely going to be using this for as long as I can wear it because I know the shade that I have is a little bit more tan, and I'm not going to be able to wear it for too much longer, but maybe I can use it and mix it with other foundations to make it work. Final thoughts, I will grade it out of 10, maybe like a solid 8. I'm gonna give it an 8, which is a really good score because it held up the entire day. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel heavy. Surprisingly, it doesn't feel heavy. Like, I feel like I have makeup on my face, but it doesn't feel heavy or cakey. And also, earlier today, my boyfriend was like, your makeup looks really good. He said it just looks really good. And I said, period, I will take that. For it to be a 10 out of 10, it would have to stay matte all day, but it also didn't claim to be a mattifying foundation. So I think it did a really good job, especially for everything that it claims. If you're in the market for a foundation, a full coverage foundation at that, I think Miss Huda Beauty would be a good option if you don't mind a little bit of glowy. It's not super glowy, but it's not a flat matte. It's almost like a satin soft matte finish. I'm about to get ready to go to bed. We've been going to bed a lot earlier recently. I've been waking up earlier, going to bed a little earlier. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's any other foundations that y'all might want me to try. I know Patrick Starr, One Size Beauty, is coming out with their foundation, so I might be picking that up. Let me know if you're interested. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. It really helped me out. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.